Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're working on the Swift Sport once again, but today we will be installing a set of race plates onto the vehicle. So race plates is a magnetic mounting kit that lets you magnetically mount your number plate onto your bumper without the need for these horrible plate holders, two-way tape or Velcro and things like that. So yeah, let's get along with the installation. We'll do a quick unboxing to see what's all included in the kit, and then we'll begin with the actual installation itself. So in our kit, we have obviously the instructions. We then have the magnetic plates. These plates mount directly behind your number plate. We then have the tube with the bumper magnets. So these are self-adhesive magnets that stick behind your bumper. And then lastly, we have a packet with these tape strips. These tape strips just further secure the bumper magnets and hold it into place. Yeah, so that's everything in the packaging. Okay, so let's start by popping open the bonnet and then locating all of these screws and clips that we need to remove. So this kit does require you to remove the bumper itself. So in the swerve we got a few clips. So there's one clip over here. There is also some bolts. Next to this clip is one more clip over here that also needs to be removed, and then along the front of the bumper there is two bolts that need to come off, and then just two more clips on the right side of the bumper. Then under the fender there is also some fender screws that needs to be removed. In this case here, it's between the fender and the bumper. It's one bolt or screw that goes between the two that needs to be removed, and this will be on the left hand side of the car as well, so we'll be removing both of those. I think before we get to that, let's start with actually removing the number plate and number plate holder itself, so that we can start working on the number plate by mounting the magnetic plates that come into the kit. So let's get this number plate removed. The easy way to do that is to find a thin screwdriver and push it into the hole to slide the actual number plate out of the holder. Once you get the number plate slid out, there should be two bolts or two screws depending on your vehicle that holds the number plate holder in place. So the next thing you want to do is get the relevant tool to remove the number plate holder from the bumper. Even though the bumper is so dirty, doesn't it already look so much better plateless? Okay, cool. So once your number plate has now been removed from the bumper, the next thing that we need to do is get the number plate itself cleaned really well so that your adhesive on the plates stick properly. So here we're going to use some Luminosity all-purpose cleaner. You can use any degreaser, soap. Just make sure it's a good degreaser. Spray down the number plate and wipe it down properly to remove all the dirt and grime off the number plate. Guys, this is an important step. If you don't do this properly, then the adhesive on the magnetic plate itself is not going to adhere properly. So take your time with this one and make sure the number plate is spotless. So this kit does work on these metal plates. However, I believe it's recommended that you have perspex plates, because the indents on this number plate can cause the adhesive backing to lift. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so once your number plate is properly cleaned and you're happy with how the finish is, we can then go ahead and open our kit and remove the magnetic plates that is now going to mount to the actual number plate. So in the kit you have the tube and then you have the plates. So let's take out this plates. So in this kit for the front bumper, it's only 4 plates that's in here. Depending on the kit that you purchase, you can either have for the front and rear. In my case, I'm only mounting this currently on the front bumper. So as you can see on the plate itself, there's a nice felt backing. This will go against the bumper so it doesn't scratch your paint or damage the finish on your bumper. There is 4, like I mentioned, they are separated by a few spaces. So what you want to do is separate them one by one and remove the spaces that's in between. The spaces aren't needed for the install. Okay, so let's separate them, and here you can see the spaces that I spoke about. We can just get rid of those, we don't need them. Alright, so then what you're going to do is, as you separate them one by one, you will then align them onto your number plate. We're not going to remove the backing as yet. We want to align all of these plates first to make sure it's perfectly aligned, so don't remove the backing. Okay, so let's grab the next one. Try to place them equal distances between each other. And then one more. And then the last one. Okay, so now arrange them that they're all evenly spaced. This isn't really a precise job, but just make sure they look evenly spaced and aligned, just to ensure that they are held nicely by the magnet. Okay, so once you're happy with how the plates are aligned, we can then go ahead and remove the tape backing on each one and then place them into their final resting place, I guess. Okay, so it's easier if you use a blade or extending knife to remove the backing. It is a bit hard to remove, but once you get it lifted up, you're able to peel away the backing and then firmly stick onto the number plate. So the tape that's used here is very strong, so you only have one shot at this. So that's why I said align them beforehand, because once we place this down, it's not going to be very easy to take off and replace it if we mess it up. So take your time, get it done right. Once it is applied, press it down firmly to make sure the adhesive sticks correctly, and then we can move ahead and complete the rest of them. Alright, and there we go, job 1 is complete. So our magnet plates are now mounted onto the number plate itself, and then yeah, that's it for this part of the installation. Now let's move back to the car and get that front bumper off. Okay, so there is a few screws and clips underneath the actual bumper that we need to remove as well. So if you see along here, there's some screws over here in the front, and then on the sides there is some clips also that need to be removed. But yeah, so quite a few clips and screws. Just make sure on your vehicle you check properly exactly what needs to be removed. So in this case, I'm going to remove all of these clips and screws in order to get the bumper off. Alright, cool. So now with all of these screws removed, we can now move to the fenders and remove the fender screws that hold the bumper in. If your vehicle has fog lights, be sure to disconnect those connectors before removing the bumper. You don't want to remove the bumper and forget to take that apart, so make sure the connectors are disconnected before you proceed. Once that is done, we can then begin to pry the bumper away from the car. Do this slowly, making sure that it's not catching on anything, and then the bumper should be easily removed. Okay, cool. So once you got your bumper on a level surface, we can now begin work on the bumper. where we're going to actually mount the number plate supplied in the kit onto the bumper itself. Okay, so in the kit there's a glass tube with your 8 magnets supplied. So this is going to fit now on the rear of the bumper. But before we can mount these magnets on the bumper, we need to thoroughly clean the rear of the bumper to make sure the magnets stick properly. Okay, so again, let's grab our all-purpose cleaner, thoroughly spray down the bumper and make sure it's properly cleaned. Okay, now grab your magnets that's in the tube and remove them from the container. So if it is stuck because of the glue, you can just use the number plate itself or the magnets on the number plate to remove the magnets from the tube. So you just place it onto the tube and it should slide out quite easily. So once we have it out, you'll see the magnets have a tape backing as well. We're not going to remove that tape backing as yet. We need to get the magnets aligned first. The magnets are very strong, guys, so I recommend that you don't play around with this. Separate them one by one. You can end up pinching your fingers, and if the magnets fly into each other, it can hurt you and the magnet itself can break because of the strength of the magnets. So they are separated by spaces. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to slide them off one by one. So yeah, I'm going to just push it off. I'm going to keep one in my hand and then pop it down, and then I'm going to slide out one more. Okay, so with these 2 magnets now that I took out, I'm going to use that to attach to the number plate itself. So I'm going to take the number plate, I'm going to place it on the front of the bumper, and using the 2 magnets, I'm going to temporarily hold the number plate in place. Okay, so the number plate will go on the front. We'll attach one in the top right corner and 1 magnet in the top left corner, and this should just hold the number plate in place. We can have a look at it and see quickly how it looks. So with the number plate temporarily held on now, what we're going to do is attach the rest of the magnets on the back of the bumper, but again, we're not going to remove the tape backing as yet. We still want to align the number plate and make sure that it is straight. Okay, so now with the magnets in place, we can align the front number plate. So move to the front of the bumper and slowly drag the number plate to make sure it's perfectly aligned and in the center of the bumper. Once you're happy with the alignment, we can then go ahead and remove the tape backing that's on the magnet itself. So again, using a blade or a standing knife just makes this a bit easier. Slide it under the tape backing, get it to lift up, peel away, and then it should self-stick to the number plate magnets and then securely press it in place. So yeah, we'll just do the rest of them. Okay, so with the magnet secured, in the kit there is a packet with some stickers. These stickers go over the magnet itself and just acts as like extra security to keep the magnets in place. So what we're going to do here is take out one by one. There is 2 strips per magnet, so they go in like crisscross pattern. Remove the tape backing and simply place it over the magnet and press down firmly. Then grab your second one and do it in a cross pattern, and then complete the rest of the magnets in the same fashion. And once you apply the tape to all the magnets, that is job done, guys. So all of the tape has been applied. You can see on the two center magnets I did not apply the tape in the cross position. That is because I do have some carbon fiber tape behind the bumper to cover the holes, so I didn't need to apply the tape on there, but this should hold securely. And then yes, after this we are complete and we can now mount the bumper back onto the car. Again, if you have fog lights, make sure you connect the fog light connectors before attaching the bumper, because I had to go back and connect the fog light connectors. Okay, and there we have it, guys. Installation complete. So bumper is back on. All the screws are in place. You can now easily remove your number plates. Simple. And then attach it when needed again. So super clean kit. I prefer this obviously over Velcro, so you can't see any Velcro strips. It's a clean finish, and the magnets are extremely strong, so even if you try to pull it off, it's not gonna just come off. So you can rest assured while you're driving that this thing is not going to fly off. Okay, so here's a close-up of how much force is actually required to remove the plate. So as you can see, the magnets are extremely strong, so it requires quite a hard pull to actually get it off the bumper. Also, with the felt backing, you can rest assured that your bumper and paintwork is not going to get scratched or damaged by removing and reapplying the number plate. So that's a nice finish. Yeah, overall super clean. Really like the product. Let me know in the comments below, would you run this on your car, or do you prefer those ugly plate holders, two-way tape, or Velcro? Personally, for me, I think this is a much cleaner finish, so it's definitely something I'll be running going forward. And yeah, most probably will do the rear as well. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this interesting and would like to purchase a set for your vehicle, click the link in the description, and we hope to catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching.